Hey everyone, I'm Anjali and I'm here to help guide dancers and their parents to shine on and off the stage. If you're new to the competition world, I know competition season can be a bit overwhelming, so today I'm going to break it down. I'm going to answer some of the most common questions I get from dance parents to help you feel prepared and ready. And if you stick around to the end of the video, I'll tell you how you can get your hands on my free FAQ cheat sheet. Let's go. First question I always get is, when should I arrive to the venue on competition day? This is a big question, and the main question of the day is going to, really set the tone for your day. If you get there rushed and you're going to feel a bit overwhelmed, so you want to make sure that you plan ahead. Make sure that you have the correct location. Make sure that you kind of know the traffic in the area. If you have, a GPS app like Waze that can kind of give you that heads up information, I would use that to make sure that you're taking into consideration the area and what's going on. There could be a soccer game, could be a basketball game going on. Make sure that you know what's going on, either in the area or either at that venue. That's happened to us where we've tried to get to a location and we were a little bit delayed in the morning due to other events going on. But always top of mind, I would say try to aim to get there at least an hour before your child's first performance. That way you have time to park. The parking lot, depending on the venue, could be large, could be small, depending on if it's a performance center or a high school. You want to navigate that parking lot, walk from the parking lot to the venue. That takes some time. Look and locate your studio's dressing room, which should be labeled. That also takes a bit of time. Once you find the dressing room area, finding a spot that's like a good location for you and your dancer to set up, that can take some time. So you want to have enough time to do all of that, breathe a bit, and still be there an hour before before your dancer's first performance is what I would say. That's safe to do if you're mostly competition ready. If your hair and makeup is already pretty much done and you just have like final finishing touches to do, an hour is pretty safe. If you have more that you want to do at the venue, I would try to get there a little earlier. If say you need hair and makeup, or you need hair and makeup assistants or costume assistants, try to get there probably an hour and a half before, just to keep yourself safe, because especially if you need assistance, someone else may be busy and you don't want to be relying on anyone else's time when they're really busy. The number one thing to always remember during a competition day is that the schedule can and will fluctuate. Some performances will go on earlier, some performances will go on a little bit later than their scheduled time. Make sure that you know when your dancer is scheduled to perform their first performance, and make sure you give yourself enough time to get to that venue, get set up, get your dancer ready, get them in the right frame of mind, as well as yourself in the right frame of mind to be ready for that knockout first performance. Question number 2, what should my dancer bring with them? So this is a great question. Make sure that your dancer and yourself have everything packed at least the night before. Don't want to be running around the morning of a competition trying to grab all the things, the hairbrush, the comb that you might need that you don't want to forget. So, your costume, your shoes, all of your makeup, the emergency supplies like hairpins, glue, safety pins, and any props that you might need. Also, you don't want to forget a water bottle for yourself and your dancer. You want to make sure you're staying hydrated. So if you're wondering about a full checklist, I've got you covered with my Pack Like a Champion video on YouTube. I'll have the link down in the comments below, and I walk you through everything that you'll possibly need in your checklist, as well as what I carry in my checklist. And you can get the free download from that on my website as well. So yeah, I got you covered there. But yes, make sure you're organized, make sure you're buying the things in just increments, I would say is my recommendation. 1 week get some more emergency supplies, another week get another lipstick, just kind of space it out so it helps you keep organized, helps you stay budget friendly, and then you have everything you need competition ready on competition day. One of the things I love most about the start of the new year is being able to really envision and set out an idea of what you want to accomplish in the new year, like to set your vision for your 2025. So in doing that, my family, we love to do vision boards. So what better idea could I come up with for my daughter for this year to help her achieve her dance goals is to create her own dance specific vision board. So in doing that, I was like, okay, let me create a product that she can use, that she can have access to beautifully colored images that are reflective of the dance journey that she can use to make her vision board. So that's why I created this beautiful little book here. It's available on Amazon. It's a vision board book for dancers, and it's got all of these beautiful colored pages, pattern pages on the back, so that when you cut out your image from the front side here, you're not missing out on a beautiful image from the back. So yeah, beautiful pages, beautiful pictures, and it's all for dancers. So it's got a whole bunch of different dancer quotes, images that you can see that you can choose from. Some of the pages are themed with like leaps or jumps. Some of them are, you know, have costumes, props, things like eat healthy, yes, just things that you want to commit to do for your journey as a dancer in 2025. At the end of the book, I have a few specific words that kind of relate to dancing. So some types of dance techniques, moves that dancers might want to accomplish or achieve, or just, you know, get better at. At the back of the book, I also have just a page here full of dance quotes. One says, "Success is the effort, not the outcome." So just a way. And then just words: passion, dedication, inspire others, you know. So if you're looking for a fun project for your dancer to help, or even a big sister, little sister gift, my vision board book for dancers is now available on Amazon. It's a great gift to give to someone who just wants to have a better focused season in their dance journey. So I highly suggest you check it out. I'll have all of the information to my author page on Amazon linked below in this video here. Third question: how can I determine when my child's performance is scheduled? This is a very basic question. Obviously, every competition is going to be different. Every schedule is going to be different. Every single city is probably going to have a different schedule because of due to the number of performances, due to the number of trios, solo, duos, and just large performances as well. So the competition schedule, generally from the competitions that we've attended, has been posted on the competition website, usually around 7 to 9 days before the event, and your dance studio would typically receive this schedule as well. So you can either receive it from the website, and then some competitions they'll send it directly to your studio, and then you would then receive it from your dance studio. A pro tip for this is, and this is what I was told when I first joined the comp world, was block off your calendar for the entire weekend that a competition is scheduled. My daughter, she's 8, and so she hasn't yet performed on a Friday night. Usually that's for older girls in the competitions that we've attended. But however, I still blocked that Friday off because I just want to make sure that I'm not overbooking, overcommitting to anything, because you might say yes to your cousin Sally back in November, but you don't remember that you have a competition weekend coming up in March, and maybe something happens in March and your dancer is now dancing on Friday. So, you know, just block off that entire weekend. That keeps you safe, that keeps you stress-free, and, you know, that's how you'll feel really confident going into the weekend. But yeah, check your dance website and check your studio emails. Make sure you're watching those emails like a hawk the weeks and the week leading up to competition. The next question I often receive is, what do we do between performances? And this is a very basic question, but it actually makes a lot of sense when you think about it. When you've never been to dance competition, you're like, well, what is going on here? So I'm going to give you a lot more than you need to know when I answer this question. But basically, the number one thing that I would recommend that you do before anything, when your dancer comes off the stage, what are you going to do? You're going to congratulate them. Give them a hug, give them a high five, say that was amazing, I loved watching it. So generally speaking, when we're in dance competitions, we, the dance moms, are generally all backstage. We're making sure that the dancers are good before they go right out to the area right before they go on stage. So we say goodbye. We always run out to the audience. Our husbands or our family has saved a seat, or we just grab an empty seat. You want to make sure, I'm going to throw an etiquette tip out there. Please do not go into the auditorium, into the stage area where people are performing. Do not walk into a stage area while someone is on stage. That's someone's child, that's someone's family member, that's someone's dancer. They deserve the time to be on the stage and not have to be dancing and seeing people walking in and sitting down in the middle of the performance. So wait till the performance ends, then quickly run quietly, grab you a seat, and get ready for your dancer's performance. So once that performance is over, you're going to then quickly get up, run backstage, and congratulate your dancer. So after you congratulate them, go ahead and assure them, or actually rather remind them to go and use the bathroom. Make sure that they've taken care of that. Make sure they get a drink of water. Then you'll quickly want to look at the schedule and see when their next performance is coming up. You know, that could be, I don't know, let's hope it's at least 30 minutes. So let's say you have 30 minutes. In between that time, they're going to, start getting ready for their next performance. They're going to be able to grab a snack, get their costumes changed, possibly hang up costumes. Pro tip for all the dance moms out there: try to organize and keep your dancers' costumes organized and put away throughout the day. If they perform their duet in the morning and they don't need that again for that rest of that competition weekend, go ahead and put that up, pack that up, get that all ready to go, because by the end of the day, you're going to be exhausted and you're going to wish that you had started to do some of those things earlier in the day. So take that time to organize and refresh your area, refresh your dancer, get them ready for that next dance performance. If you've got a great amount of time between the next performance, this is the great time where the dancers have an amazing time hanging out with their fellow teammates. They can practice routines, they can stretch, they can go sit out again in the audience, but again, practice good etiquette, make sure they're going and being quiet while they're in the audience. They can go check out the audience and see, or check out the performances and see, all of the amazing other dancers that are at the competition that weekend. But again, take the time and just be strategic with how you use that time. Again, make sure you know what the schedule is, make sure you know what routine they're on, so that you're ready in plenty of time for your dancer to go out on the stage and perform their next routine. How can I ensure my child's hair and makeup are competition ready? So that's going to be very simple. Practice, practice, practice. So use the costume sheets from your dance studio to gather all the necessary hair and makeup accessories that you're going to need ahead of time. Take a moment, hopefully your studio does a dress rehearsal, so take a moment during that dress rehearsal to go ahead and see how long it's going to take you to do the hair, to do all of the makeup, and just get your dancer acclimated to, if they're a younger dancer, get your dancer acclimated to getting those eyelashes put on, getting that mascara put on. That is going to save you some time in the long run if you've practiced those things ahead of time with your dancer, so they can also have a good understanding of how to put those things on. So if there are any super tight costume changes, check with your studio to see if they'll allow to make an exception at a particular competition. So you don't want to rush if the schedule gets tight, so definitely check and say, hey, I noticed that at XYZ competition, we only have 20 minutes before we go to the next performance. And I see we have, really elaborate hair for this next performance. Is there any way we can, instead of doing the XYZ style, we'll just do a simple bun? So they may be able to make exceptions at particular dance competitions depending on how tight of a costume change time frame that you have between competitions. So always double check those things, make sure that you're good. But again, just practice, practice, practice. Make sure that you know which lipsticks go with which costume, and just make sure that your dancer is acclimated to knowing how to do the different things that's going to be required of them, hair, makeup, accessory wise. So again, practice makes perfect, or close to perfect in the comp world, because but by the time they're on the stage, it looks pretty good and pretty close to perfect. And now for a bonus question. How long will the competition day be? How long can I expect to be there? And truthfully, the answer is no one knows. No one knows. It's all going to depend on a number of factors, but the time you spend at the competition will depend on how many performances your dancer has. If they're in a solo, a duet, or a trio, obviously you might expect to be there longer days, or more of the multiple days throughout that weekend. Again, keep in mind that there's also, at the end of the competition weekend, the award ceremony. And from the competitions that I've attended, the award ceremony can run for maybe let's say 45 minutes to an hour, maybe an hour 20, depending on the number of dancers and how large the competition was. But this is something that it's optional to attend. Some dancers do skip it depending on other commitments they may have, or just their dancer being tired. But it's definitely a fun time that a lot of the dancers, my dancer included, really love. But it definitely adds to the end of a long, busy weekend. So again, if you can make sure that you're packing your dancers' things up throughout the day, helping yourself, by the time the award ceremony is over, you can just pop back to the dressing room, grab your stuff, and roll on out. But again, be prepared. One of the key things I would always say about a dance competition weekend or competition in general is just to be flexible. Schedules will go fast, schedules will go slow, performances will be early, some performances will be delayed. So just stay flexible and enjoy the experience with your dancer and make the most of it. Now, I'd love to hear from you. Here's a question I'd love to know your answer to. So what was the most surprising thing you learned from your first dance competition? Drop it in the comments below. I'd love to hear what you have to say. And if there's something that's super helpful, let me know that you need a resource, and I'd love to create that for you and help you and your dancer on your dance journey to shine on and off the stage. If you like the questions that I answered here, I also have a free resource on my website where you can download this cheat sheet and get answers to these questions that I answered in the video and a lot more. So come back and join us on the next one, and I'll see you soon.